All right, we have some news just in. The Department of Education in Mpumalanga has reportedly started sending letters to learners implicated in the matric exam paper leaks. We are now joined on the line by COSAS's national spokesperson, that's the Congress of South African Students, Douglas Ngobeni. For more, Mr. Ngobeni, thank you for being with us. So this information comes from COSAS. What do you know right now?
Good evening to all the viewers of the SABC News, and we have just received, in fact, we received information during the day where one learner who we cannot publicly disclose at this moment has been summoned to a hearing with regards to allegations of the leakage of the math paper 2, physics paper 2 last year end. So we are still investigating as to what are the proceedings and how far has the department went on its investigations. But in investigations, we will also be forming part of that hearing tomorrow, because we are of a firm belief that the Department of Basic Education is in a very abusive position where they wanted to abuse our learners by subjecting them to something they did not do. We have always made our call categorically clear that there should not be any learner who is charged of leaking the paper. The department has to go and investigate on how the paper leaked and whatsoever, and the real culprits have to be held accountable in that regard.
Yeah, but how do you know this isn't the real culprit?
We know for sure because the leakage of the paper comes from the printing company, and there is no learner who works at that printing company. And the Department of Basic Education has confirmed that as soon as those question papers get to circuits or whatsoever, they are kept in double locker rooms and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So there isn't a learner. There's not even one learner who can ever have access. Not even a school principal, not even a circuit manager can have easy access to that. Yeah. So what makes the Department of Basic Education think that a learner can have access to that double locker room?
But Mr. Ngobeni, surely it's possible that a learner or learners were in collusion with people who worked at the printing shop.
Correct. That is where that has always been our argument. Hence, we are saying that the Department of Basic Education should find the real culprit. There is an old person out there whose aim is to ruin the child's life. And what we are saying is that the learner, as we believe, is innocent, and the conjunction remains a conspiracy at this point. We do not know what the learner has connived with the person or whatsoever, but the primary investigations by the Department of Education point out to the person who works at the printing company, the friendship between the Department of Basic Education and the printing company.
Okay, so can you clarify? You say one learner has been called to a hearing. Is that the only one you know about, or are there multiple learners that you think have been implicated or will be called to hearings?
It could be that this learner was generous enough to take his or a case to us to come and assist him or her in that regard. But we are of a certain belief that there could be even more learners who are being abused in this nature. So we are still investigating, and we in fact, we're calling upon all the learners in the country who might have been summoned to contact us so that we come to their assistance.
So this will be a hearing by a government department. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to understand, because I thought leaking a paper was sort of a criminal offence. Do you know if this same learner is also under criminal investigation?
That is what also astonishes us further, to say that if the Department of Basic Education has got a criminal case against a learner, that case was supposed to be before the court of law. not in some kangaroo arrangement by the Department of Basic Education. So we are going there to nullify actually and get the gist and make sure that the innermost instincts of the Department of Basic Education start kicking in. In fact, they must start doing what they are supposed to do correctly. We don't know. We don't know where they got this arrangement.
What does the letter say to the learner? Does it say he or she has been implicated, is guilty, or could this not just be a hearing, maybe to get further information, to move the investigation along?
I think the department has already made a conclusion around the issue to say that this land, because you should remember that the person who, in fact, I'm just giving you a brief of a background here. The person who submitted the learner to the Department of Education is the school principal of that where the specific learner attended. So there could be grudges between the principal and the learner, and the principal now feels that he has to portray power and prove that he's powerful and to the learner and things of that nature. So that is what we want to vanquish now.
All right. So you're concerned that this pupil, this learner, is vulnerable. Have you spoken to the department?
We have not spoken to the department as of yet because the department has not spoken to us. We shall meet in the boardroom. If we are unable to find each other in the boardroom, and then we go and meet in the street.
Okay, so you'll start by supporting the learner at the hearing that the learner has been called to?
Correct. We are going to support the learner at the hearing that he or she has been called to, and then we are going to do this in all the provinces where learners are alleged to have been involved in that activity.
Remind us when this first case that you know about will be heard.
Correct.
When will it be heard? When will this hearing be?
It will be heard tomorrow at Nkululeko Circuit Office in Mpumalanga at 10 o'clock.
All right, so you'll be there. We'll follow the story, and certainly we'll try and get a response from the Department of Education. You'll remember this high-profile leaking of two papers, if I recall, last year. COSAS saying it's concerned after a learner was called into a hearing about that issue.